and on the seawall. They've been sitting there since last night. We've been pulling people out since last night, trying to save people's lives. And I feel like we're not getting the help we need. This is a nationwide issue at this point. Yeah, we need help, a lot of help. We gotta get people down here.
It's catastrophic and unprecedented wildfires, as Victor said, have killed at least 36 people. That death toll is in Maui, and it soared overnight. Bodies were found in the ruins. Take a look at what's left of Lahaina. It's a historic town, a very popular vacation spot. The fast-moving inferno wiped out entire neighborhoods, and people jumped into the ocean to escape the flames. The fire was fueled in part by powerful winds from a hurricane. Take a look at this video obtained by our local affiliate. What you can see there is hurricane-force winds whipping palm trees and explosions as a marina and boats go up in flames.
Let's take a look at that devastation on the ground. These are just hulls of homes. The neighborhoods, the businesses burned to the ground.
Došlo je kaj do unutra da sve.
I told you to run, so we'd both be free. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? We're a necklace of hope, side by side with me. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run, so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to
Okay, that was extremely demonic. That entity on the screen, its name is Lilith. Lilith is recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 14, and they refer to Lilith as a she. Okay, it's a real thing. Lilith will, it's a spiritual spouse. Lilith is a night demon. Now, you saw how that entity went like this. People are receiving an impartation of demons. Those people have open doors, living in sexual immorality, high off drugs, drunk off alcohol, and they're receiving demons. This, I guess, is at a rave. This is satanic, it is demonic, and it's an easy way for demons to be imparted. And they're glorifying that demon. They're praising that demon. This is demonic. We're in the last days. Man, be careful. God
can get pretty creepy, so keep up. Let's just jump right into it. We all know he had a show called Astroworld, and different people at that show said they felt like they were in hell. Different people at that show literally said that their environment felt like they were in hell. But did they know there was dark spirits jumping around that crowd? Did you know? If you didn't, let's show the video. Look in the bottom right corner right here. Boom. Now let's take it back slowly. Watch the hands. Boom. That's a figure jumping in the crowd. Rewind it as much times as you need to. A dark spirit was jumping around in Astroworld's crowd. But that shouldn't be a surprise to us. His whole stage was a portal. Now y'all know through these series I've been telling y'all your eyes and your ears are portals. Now you got an artist like Travis Scott just coming out blatantly in front of your face and putting it on a stage. Oh, y'all think I've been joking around. Y'all think I've been playing. Y'all think everything I've been saying is not serious. You think this isn't an actual portal because you can't walk in there as a human being and go somewhere else. People, it's a spiritual portal. You think when it says see you on the other side, it's just art. You think this man having blue people going into a door coming out as demon people is just art. Well, you tell me, was it just art when these same people lost their lives at that same concert? Was that just art? Or that was just something you want to brush under the rug after a couple years because it's Travis Scott? Or that's just something you want to brush under the rug after a couple years because you worship this person? You stepped into a place of worship just by listening and coming to agreement with his lyrics and his songs. You don't know that though, because you don't know the spiritual aspect of life. You are too caught up in this physical realm, in this physical flesh, that you don't even know the agreement that you're stepping in with your eyes and your ears. You don't know the agreement and the contracts that you're signing with your tongue when you're reciting these lyrics. Listen to me real quick. How do you think a painting called Harrowing from Hell by Hieronymus Bosch can look exactly like the blown up floaty trash that Travis Scott always has? Y'all want to know how? I'll tell you how. The same spirit that was on this man who was painting this picture is the same spirit that's on Travis Scott. Nothing is new under the sun. Just different technology and different ways in doing things. So you had a spirit on a man who was painting this picture. That's exactly the same spirit that's on Travis Scott that's doing that with them floaties. That same show that had the portal, what kind of stage was coming out of that portal? It was an upside down cross. Oh, y'all still think I'm playing? Y'all still think I'm joking around with this stuff? There was even a bird on fire flapping around on top of the portal. But wait, let me show y'all something.
Yeah, I've seen him say your music is demonic and this was a satanic ritual. You think your music is to blame?
I mean, no. I'm a man of God. Travis Scott said he's a man of God. And that's one of the main reasons I'm even making this video. Because you got people like this saying they're men of God, doing everything unholy. And you got people in the audience and people that are fans of them believing that. So you got them wanting to follow these people's footsteps, doing everything unholy, yet still saying that they're men of God. Travis, what do you think a man of God entails? A man of God entails following God. Jesus said, they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Jesus also says, including people like Travis Scott, say things like they're men of God, say things like they love God, yet their actions and their lifestyle shows the complete opposite. You think because you get rich and get money and get famous.
So this, my friends, what you guys are looking at is a Beyonce concert from the Renaissance tour. And if you can see, it's a portal with the legs open. Hold that thought. This is Proverbs 7:27. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. This is Proverbs 5:5. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. You guys, we told y'all quit going to these Beyonce concerts. I know y'all done seen TikTok. I'm telling you, these are rituals. These people are high-ranking warlocks and witches. They have to do these rituals to keep the success going, to satisfy the beast in his system, to keep their success and stardom. Why do you think these people make so much money? Because they're taking souls captive for Satan and his kingdom. They're leading people straight to hell. Stay away from these concerts. That is a portal. And if you cannot see that it's a portal with your legs wide open, everybody already knows that a woman's, you know what, is a portal. And that's another way that demons can enter, you guys. So when they're playing music and enchanting you and, you know, opening you up, basically, the music is getting you to let your guard down. The Most High calls us to put on the full armor. They're causing you to let your guard down. So then you'll be susceptible. Your spirit is susceptible to whatever they want to channel inside of you. And those portals, they harvest a lot of energy. And it's demonic energy. It's not.
It's obviously demonic. Wait until the end.
They, as Smith now prefers to be called, identified as Satan. The performance riled many viewers, especially amongst the American Christian fraternity, which there are 210 million in America. Senator Ted Cruz said it was evil. Well, one of the...
Good evening, everybody. In a Jewish calendar, we are during the 3 weeks that we mourn the destruction of the Holy Temple that happened thousands of years ago. Jewish people around the world still mourn this great loss, and every year during the 3 weeks, we mourn, and when it comes the big day of Tisha B'Av, we cry, and we have the great beliefs that very soon we will be Zoiche, we will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem very soon. We know one of the reasons of the destruction of the Holy Temple was Jews were not united. Jews were not loving each other. I don't want to say anything negative, but they were not positive, friendly, lovely. And our job to bring and to build the third temple is to unite. How appropriate it is tonight that we see all kinds of people, religious, not religious, Jews, not Jews, come together, and we honor our President Trump for what he has done for Jerusalem and for the Jewish people. And he'll be awarded tonight with the Keter of Jerusalem Award, which he very much deserves. And we hope that this message will go out to the world, knowing that Jerusalem, and we should very soon be able to see the building of the third temple, living with coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mheira v'yameinu. Amen. President, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Very historic Abraham Accords, which is one of the most important agreements. And we had 4 countries, and we had them lined up to sign. If that actually would have liked to have terminated it, and they tried, and the uproar was incredible. So it means you can do that. But the Abraham Accords was absolutely incredible and incredible for the Middle East. When I did the deal with the embassy, everybody said, the world will blow up. They said the same thing about this. If you do this, the world will blow up.
Continuing to follow that breaking news right now on what could be a historic step towards peace in the Middle East. We brought you this earlier in the show, but now we're getting some new information.
The U.S. and Saudi Arabia have agreed on a tentative deal for Saudi Arabia to officially recognize Israel. Newsmax correspondent Daniel Cohen live in Tel Aviv with details. Daniel.
Yeah, good morning, Sean. Good morning, Emma. Historic, enormous, huge. Right. And all of those words are apropos to describe what we're talking about here. Let me just set the table for you in case you're just catching up. OK, the U.S. and Saudi Arabia have agreed on the broad contours of a deal for Saudi Arabia to recognize Israel in exchange for concession to the Palestinians. Also, Saudi Arabia wants U.S. security guarantees. And I think this is the bigger thing for them, help with their civilian nuclear program. Now, that is according to U.S. officials who were quoted off the record. And as you said, and you set this up the right way, a lot of this is not a done deal yet. In fact, the White House, we're hearing off the record expressing cautious optimism that something can be done in the next 9 to 12 months. But they have gone from hammering out larger details to some of the finer details. Listen, I've heard people here in Israel, people I respect and admire, that know Middle East foreign policy way more than I do, call it the mother of all Middle East peace deals. The Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, a man in his late 30s, the de facto ruler of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He's been meeting in Jeddah for the last few weeks, in fact, months, with Jake Sullivan, President Biden's national security advisor, trying to get these talks moving. So now we're hearing they're talking specifics. So the significant concession from Israel would be help promoting the creation of a Palestinian state. That's what they're saying. I have to tell you, I am not hearing that at all here in Israel. In return, the United States would be pressing Saudi Arabia to impose limits on its growing relationship with China. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu, I've been checking his Twitter. I've been checking anything. He hasn't said anything publicly yet. But since I've been here in Israel and recovering this for you here in Newsmax, he has said publicly there is no way that he will give up an inch of sovereign Israeli soil to create a Palestinian state. He has said he's willing to make moderate or light concessions. What does that mean? I don't know, but that's antithetical to the ultra-Orthodox that serve in the Knesset right now, ministers to Bibi's right, who say openly that they don't want to create a Palestinian state. They want to take land back from the Palestinians, including the Temple Mount. So this is very big news. We're still waiting to see specific details, but if there's a deal in principle between the United States, brokering, obviously this is huge. And on the heels of the Abraham Accords, probably the highest accomplishment of President Trump, because it brought peace between Israel, Bahrain, the UAE, Morocco, and Sudan. Some people said if President Trump would have won a second term, or if he was still president, that this Saudi deal would have already been done. That's neither here nor there. But President Biden clearly riding some of the momentum, some of the I guess, greasing the skids, maybe a better term, but of the Abraham Accords and all the success that we've seen in trade and business there, economic partnership. But a deal with Saudi Arabia, recognizing Israel and bringing some sort of peace here, is enormous. Sean, Emma, back to you.
And to show you that Jesus Christ is coming soon, the rapture is coming soon, I'll show you. Luke 21:25 says, there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. God put all these things to show us signs, to be aware of his coming, and what he said is true. And the rapture, folks, is coming. He's put a sign for us to see. I'm going to show you. Most of you should be familiar with the Revelation 12 sign, which talks about positioning of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Well, they said that happened in 2017 on September the 23rd, which is incorrect. And this is it right here. I'm showing you. This is wrong. They said Jupiter was a depiction of the child, and it's not even in the womb of the woman. The sun is clothed the woman, the moon under her feet, but this is inaccurate. This is not the Revelation 12 sign. This is the Revelation 12 sign that's coming on September 18th, 2023. This is what Revelation 12 talks about. The sun is clothing the woman, the moon under her feet. But you say, where is the child that Revelation 12 talks about? Let's put child in here. Child. Let's see where the child pops up. Wow, look at that, folks. Right in the womb. Not like in 2017 when Jupiter was sitting out here. This is in the womb. And then Revelation talks about the 12 stars. A crown of 12 stars. There you go. I typed in United Nations in the Stellarium, and the United Nations comes up right by the woman. And why is that important? Well, because we talked about the child was in the womb. The child's not showing right here. I took it off, but let's see what Revelation says. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth to devour her child as soon as it was born. Do you see that? Satan comes to devour the child as soon as it was born. But the Bible says the child was caught up to heaven. And that caught up is the rapture. Caught up is the gematria of 726, which means rapture, harpazo. Folks, this is a sign. This is absolutely 100% God-given sign that he put for us to know. Okay, I put it back up here. I took United Nations off, but you can see the child. You can see the crown of 12 stars, the sun clothing the woman, the child in the womb. Now the moon is not completely under her feet yet. So we're going to take this up another day to the 19th. As soon as you get on the 19th, the moon is under her feet. So we know that the Feast of Trumpets is starting September 15th. So on the 19th, the moon will be under her feet. Starting with the 18th, the moon is really not seen yet. And it needs to be seen before they can blow the trumpets. So on the 19th, and according to the moon chart, the 19th, you can be able to see the moon. Big time. So as we said, the moon is under her feet, and the 20th, the child comes out of the womb and is caught up to heaven. Folks, that's when we're out of here. This sign will not appear again. This is the Revelation 12 sign. This is it. So, when will the rapture happen? I'm believing it's going to happen around the 19th because the moon is not under her feet no more, and the child, it comes forth out of the womb, as we saw, and the Feast of Trumpets, and they're going to be blowing the trumpets 100 times, and at the last trump, folks, we're out of here. Now, if you want to look for yourself, and I highly recommend it, go to stellarium-web.org.
My rapture train, I was sleepy. This is my rapture train, so I'm going to tell you how it is. My rapture train, I was sleepy. I was sleeping in my dream. God showed me the clock and I woke up. I was like, whoa. In the dream, not when I was sleeping and dreaming about it. In the dream, the little thoughts I was thinking about.
You woke up in your dream when Jesus showed you a clock? Yes. What time was it in the clock?
It was 12 hours. About to be the time for the rapture.
Okay, you knew it? It was about time to be for the rapture?
Yes.
Okay. And then
then God said, do not be afraid. I'm the Messiah. I will show you this. And he showed me that.
He showed you the clock? Okay. And what else did he show you?
And then he left and I went back to sleep. It was very close to the rapture.
Okay.
Then God went back. I will show you the clock again. Then it was time for the rapture. It was 11:59. It was the 58, the hour of the 12.
I see. Very close, very close.
Then I woke up the trumpet sound. I know that God showed me the clock, and that he brings us to heaven. The trumpet sound like this. Then we swoosh up to heaven. The ones who believe in God. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. All the rest of the evil people were left behind. We were in heaven. Our clothes went up to heaven, just like we disappeared. And our clothes were in the beds. We were sleeping. Then we had robes instead of shirts or clothes.
Okay. What color were they?
They were white as Jesus and the other angels.
Okay.
And God gave us the crowns. He was thinking of taking a walk with us. And then it was beautiful in heaven, and we stayed there forever.